It has been almost 10 years since Now You See Me 2 released, and we finally got Now You See Me, Now You Don't, the third movie in the franchise. Um, I watched the first two earlier this year, and I love them. They're really good. I think all the casts are great. The magic and everything is great. So since I heard that there was gonna be a third one and possibly a fourth, it looks like I've just been like really excited. And now we finally got Now You See Me, Now You Don't, and this is probably my favorite of the franchise and one of my favorite movies of the year. It was awesome. Um, it is directed by Ruben Fleischer. Fleischer. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's directed Venom. He's directed Uncharted. For the people who have seen it, he's directed both the Zombieland movies. I have not seen those yet, but I want to. He did Gangster Squad and 30 Minutes or Less, which I also have not seen. And he's gonna be doing an Untitled Now You See Me 4. So if he does the fourth one, that would be the first time that this franchise has a director who does more than one movie. It was awesome. I think that one of the things that people are gonna like a lot about this one is that the other two seemed just like out there, like turning brain off, didn't really explain stuff as much. Whereas this one, like mostly every magic trick that they do is explained of how they did it and stuff. So it keeps it somewhat grounded. And I think that's gonna be what helps people like it a lot more. Obviously it's my favorite of the franchise, but it's like I still love the other two, and all the magic is cool and stuff. And people are like, they need to explain it. It's not grounded enough. Blah blah. It's a movie that you're supposed to have fun with. I don't get why every movie has to be grounded in reality. um, Obviously, like the nature of the franchise, like Robin Hood, but with magic and stuff, is a little bit grounded, but like it doesn't need to be like super grounded where you know everything that's going on. But whatever. um but it took stuff from the other ones. It just took like everything and just put them all together, like cast members, this like story, it just made it better. I still think that the card scene from the second one, which is like the most famous part of the second one, is probably my favorite scene in the franchise. But as a whole, I think that this movie is better. It is still not perfect, and I would say that this movie's really only thing that I'm not the biggest fan of is the villain, played by Rosamund Pike. She is fine, but a weak point. And I think that might have to do with Rosamund Pike. I haven't really seen her in much. I know she's in Jack Reacher, and is a couple other things I've seen her in. I just can't remember what it is. She is not one of my favorite actresses. And I think in this movie, like she puts on an accent. I don't know if it's supposed to sound like that or what, but it sounds fake. It sounds too fake, or just too like over accentuating it, trying to sell you on it. Um, I didn't like that. But the story where there's these three new kids that are fans of the original Horsemen. And then the original Horsemen kind of recruit them, mostly Atlas doing the recruiting, and then the other Horsemen kind of just show up into stealing this diamond from this woman. Basically, just we're gonna tell the world everything about her and give them her money like the other two. Um, is really good. And I like how all the horsemen come back. I like how they explain like a time jump, because obviously it's been almost 10 years since the last one, so they're gonna look older, so it explains it away, which is really good. I like the inclusion of everyone. Obviously, the cast members that stay the same are Jesse Eisenberg as Daniel Atlas, or J. Daniel Atlas, Woody Harrelson as Merritt, Dave Franco as Jack, and then Morgan Freeman returns as his Thaddeus. Um, and then Isla Fisher as Henley returns, which she was not in the second one. She returns in this one. And Lizzie Kaplan as Lula also returns from the second one. She was obviously not in the first one, but she was in the second, and now she's in the third. And like everyone is really great. My favorites are obviously Jesse Eisenberg and Dave Franco as Jack Wilder and Atlas. I don't know which one I like more, but like they're right there. Like these two characters are great. The rest of them are really good too. It's just those two are the ones that stand above the rest. The new cast, played by Justice Smith, Ariana Greenblatt, or Blonde, I don't know how to pronounce, and Dominic Sessa as Charlie, June, and Bosco are pretty good. Justice Smith, I know him from the Jurassic World movies, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom and Dominion, and I like him in those. He was funny in those, mostly Fallen Kingdom because he's not really in Dominion. But anyway, from the trailers, I thought he was going to be a good character, and he was. Ariana, I have seen as young Gamora. I saw her in Love and Monsters, and I think okay, that's all. I thought there was something else. It might be a show. I don't think it's a show though. But she's young Gamora in Avengers: Infinity War, and she's in Love and Monsters, which is kind of the bigger role of hers. I like her as both. And from the trailers, it looked like she was going to be a pretty good character, and she was. And then Bosco, who from the trailers and everything, I thought was going to suck. I thought his character was going to be the weak point, and he was actually really good. I really liked his character. They kind of start the movie, and the trick they do at the start is really good. I thought it was pretty well done. I think all the magic and stuff is really well done in this one. There is a twist at the end that I did not see coming and was done really well. This franchise has done really good twists in like all of them, and this one especially, like the twist was like, oh my gosh, I thought it was fake for a minute, and he was like but I was just like, wow. At the end, spoilers real quick, I'm not spoiling the plot twist, I'm spoiling something else, so if you don't want to hear anything, just click off, come back if you want. Mark Ruffalo returns as his character Dylan Rhodes for like a little scene. I'm not a fan of Mark Ruffalo at all. He is a horrible human being. But I do like him in these movies, and it was kind of nice seeing him in this one, even if it's like a little scene. It also sets up future movies, which obviously if this guy's already like, if it already says like an untitled Now You See Me 4, and this one does pretty good, which I'm hoping it does, we will get at least a fourth one. This franchise is one franchise that's like, they could have a billion different, like they could have like a billion movies right now, and it would work, and it would be awesome. And I can't believe we only have 3. But that looks like it might change soon. There is a moment involving Morgan Freeman. It was his last scene of the movie that was really emotional. And I just like the way that they do all the characters and everything, and the way that, like, why they haven't seen each other in a while. Like, the plot point of them not having seen each other in a while, and like, they're dead to me, blah blah blah. is a plot point that's been used a lot, but explaining it away in the way they did and everything, I think that they did really good. Though bringing Henley back and explaining why she wasn't in the second one also worked pretty well. And it is really fun. It's one of the most fun movies of the year. I would say that Playdate from 2 days ago, which my review was yesterday, but it was 2 days, is probably the funniest movie of the year. This might be more fun, not funnier. It might be more fun, and if not, it's like right there. Like all the magic stuff is just so fun to watch every time. In all these movies, I can't wait for another one. The cast is great. The only one that I would say I do have a problem with is Rosamund Pike. And that's because I just felt like she was phoning it in a little bit more than she probably should have. Oh, she was in a John the English movie. I've seen those. But yeah, I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. It was really great. It is top 10 of the year. And I said in my Playdate review that this movie and one other movie releasing had the chance of bumping it out like a spot or two. This definitely did it, and I expected nothing less from this franchise. And the next movie that I can see doing it is also in this month, and it will be in a couple weeks. But that is my review of Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Go watch it. I will see you guys tomorrow for The Running Man, starring Glenn Powell. And I'm really excited for that one. That looks like it's just going to be tons of fun. But I will see you for that. And then after that, the rest of November.